Hey, so I got another live loop walkthrough for you. This is very squeaky. This was one of the first tracks I did, or it wasn't in the beginning of experimentation, like experimenting with how to live loop, because I had no idea how to do it. And I saw other people doing it, and I was like, that's so cool. How are you doing this? And there were no really good tutorials. This was back in the day, 2 years ago. No, really, there's nothing out there. So this was my first kind of attempt to program a live loop. What I did, this is kind of crazy. It took me like 2 days to do this. And then I realized it totally failed. And I'll show you the reason. So I'm going to play a little bit of this first. Okay, you get the idea. Let's now listen or watch the actual live loop. And we're going to run through a little bit more of the details afterwards. Here we have the session. The reason why it didn't work, Ableton wasn't really triggering the MIDI notes. So how I have it set up is a MIDI note, like here or here, that's fine. Yeah, so E1 and F1 triggers a function. And how to program that, I went up to MIDI, and you see on the left-hand side here, all of these MIDI notes. So I have a MIDI channel, and then the note control, and then path, like what is it controlling? Here, it's controlling the looper on my synthesizer channel. And then what is it doing? It's stopping on that looper. And the next one, channel 1, note C2, controlling the looper, and it's controlling record. And the same thing. So I did that for all of the tracks. It took me forever just to do it. It took me even longer to figure out, okay, what do I need to do and how do I do it? And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I figured it out. This is going to be amazing. And it only worked half the time. This is the only live loop that I use the MIDI trigger live looping function on. And I was like right in the middle of a live loop and I saw that it just didn't work. I was like, what? Ugh. So I had to go back to the automation. Automation works perfectly. It is flawless. It never have any issues with it. What I usually do after every live loop, I turn every one of these loops into, I loop every one of these loops. So I just do that. That way it's a lot easier to work with. This one, I don't think I did that with. I think I just bounced it like it is. On my mastering channel, I have a UAD, Universal Audio Ampex ATR. And then for the EQ, I have the Pultec. And then the Fab Filter. This Fab Filter limiter is the best plugin. There are these AI mastering plugins. So far, they all suck. I'm sorry, but they're terrible. I've tried a few of them out. I don't like them. Because you don't have really much control over what's going on. The AI program is intelligently mastering your track, but there's just some weirdness and it doesn't sound natural. Just don't like it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing in the next few years, but right now, I don't know. I'm not convinced. If you have a mastering plugin that you really like, drop a comment below. Let me know. And I'll check it out. I love hearing about new plugins and new programs because I don't know all the stuff that's out there. There's so much software. So here we go. Okay, and going further. So this is the session. These are all the loops. You know, I have, here's the kick. Tom. The Tom 2. Guitar. Here's a vocal. I gotta know, where do we go? Here's the other vocal, processed. I gotta know, where do we go? Electric guitar. Acoustic guitar. Then I have my Super Gemini synthesizer. Then I have Sub-37 bass. And then I have my OB6 synth. Got the snare. Hi-hat. Shaker. Chime. That's pretty much the whole track. Oh, Steinway. So let's go to the production session where I turn this song into an actual production track. Okay, here we have the production track session. So live loops are a way for me to come up with ideas. I start in the morning with an idea. Maybe a guitar idea, a vocal idea. A lot of times these ideas come to me at night. I have a whole bunch of ideas of me singing into my phone. And the next morning, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I run with that idea, I make a live loop, and the same day I have an idea, a loop, video. Not all ideas are going to be good. I have a list of my favorites. This wasn't one of my favorites, but I figured I'll try it out. I usually don't use much of the live loop. Again, it's a sketch pad. That's a good way to say. Live looping for me is a sketch pad. So yeah, let's listen to a little bit of this, of the production. Here we go.
Still remember how you lit up every
So you may have noticed I have a few tracks here labeled AI. So what I did is I sang the original melody and then I brought it into an AI program to transform my vocals into something a little better. Because at the moment, I don't really find my vocals to be the best for something I want to put out there. And so the AI program generated, I had to go through a whole bunch. I usually do like 20 or 30 different outputs, and I kind of pick and choose which ones I like. And I bring it to another AI transformation. It transforms a vocal into another vocal fingerprint, basically. Instead of hiring a singer right now, I can see how it sounds with AI vocals. And if I'm like, you know, that sounds really cool, I want to take it a step further, then I'll hire a vocalist to actually sing on the track. This is the background vocal. This is the chorus. So let's check that out. I left my original vocals in here, and that sounds like this. I gotta know, where did you go? Just wait a minute, I wasn't ready for you to disappear, for you to fade away. And I used Pitch Monster for this kind of, for a G pedal tone. And then I used a compressor on the vocals, and then auto-tune. And I have two different AI vocals. I have this one. I gotta know, where did you go? And then here's the other one. I gotta know, where did you go? Just... And that mixed together, all three vocals. I gotta know, where did you go? Just wait a minute. So moving further, we have an acoustic guitar. Martin acoustic guitar. Here's my other acoustic guitar. I did leave this vocal from the original session, from the original live looping session. Where do we go? Oh. Drums. Hi-hat. And here is the overhead drums. Here are the kick and tom. Here's the piano. Very simple, just the chords. Here's the other piano part. Just this high twinkling. I left it really back in the mix. Now the days feel quieter without you here. So you hear it a little bit. And here's the guitar. So here's a Super Gemini synth. And then I have the bass. This bass is a simple Squire bass, it's $200, nothing special. I ran it through a bass plugin, and it sounds really good. The plugin that I ran it through is over here. It's this Ampeg. So yeah, that's the full production track. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and helps me get more videos out to you. And I'll see you on the next one.